everyone, welcome back to my channel. So for today's case, I'm going to be talking to you about is the Brenizer family murders. So let's dive in. So in Cushing, in Wisconsin, it is known for its pine forests and the low crime rates. But in the spring of 1991, the community faced a shocking quintuple family murder. On April 24th, Alice Anderson, the mother of the 15-year-old Bruce Brenizer, called the Polk County Sheriff's Department. Bruce had told her that her ex, the teen's 35-year-old father, Rick Brenizer, his girlfriend Ruth Berenson, who was age 31, and his two stepsisters, Mindy, age 7, and Heidi, age 10, and half-sister Crystal, 5, had all gone missing. The family had gone on a trip to Minnesota on April the 22nd and never came home. Investigators considered various types of explanations, including Bruce's job doing fencing work wherever he could. They told them that it is a family massacre. Airing Fridays at 9 on AC on Oxygen, investigators turned to Bruce for more information. He told them that his family had piled into their station wagon and headed to a building supply, and this is a store in the Twin Cities area. He stayed back at the family's mobile home outside Cushing. Though his dad had wanted him to go, the group had planned to return that night, but they never had. Quote, 5 people just don't vanish with no trace, said Rodney Pevito, Special Agent WI Depth of Justice. So members of the Polk County Sheriff's Department searched on the ground and helicopters for the Brenizers along with their station wagon. On May the 11th, a local fisherman found a burnt-out car with the license plates in a wooded area that is 3 miles from the Brenizer home. It was incinerated and appeared to be the family station wagon. There were shovels in the back of the car. The car and the area it was around was painstakingly scrutinized for any evidence. Quote, we suspected that it was arson because of the gas cans that was inside the vehicle, said Tom Smith, former deputy of Polk County Sheriff's Department. Pevito observed what he believed to be a bone fragment. Anthropology experts from the University of Wisconsin joined the case to help collect and analyze any of the bone fragments. The anthropologists concluded that the remains in the vehicle were human and appeared to be that of 2 adults and at least 2 juveniles. No remains were found in the front seats, suggesting that the bodies in the back of the car were transported to the site and had been burnt to a crisp. Quote, at that point, we sought the assistance for any dental experts to analyze the tooth fragments that were found in a vehicle, said Stephen Moe, the former deputy of Polk County Sheriff's Department. The expert identified dental fragments from Rick and Ruth, but was unable to determine if any of it came from any of the 3 girls. Some of Rick's fragments showed that the presence of the lead, said forensic dentist Don Simley, adding that it is suggested that Rick had been shot and the bullet left trace evidence on the tooth. It was no longer a missing persons case. Quote, we are now investigating the homicide of 5 members of the same family, said Smith. Quote, the deaths of the Brenizer family were as horrified as a crime as have ever happened in Cushing before. Investigators turned to Bruce for any leads on anyone who might want to do his family harm. Bruce said that he believed that someone entered the home and searched it on April the 23rd. He also claimed a man visited the home and suggested that his father owed him money. The lead was investigated using Rick's financial records and it proved to be a dead end. The investigation took an unexpected turn with the discovery of satanic graffiti that was scrawled in a nearby community. The fact that the bodies had been severely burned had raised rumours of a ritualistic killing. Investigators had said, quote, "The question everybody was asking is, do we have some crazy satanic worshippers running loose in Polk County?" said Jeff Crilly, former reporter of KSTP News. Detectives found no credible evidence to support the theory that satanic rituals were linked to the Brenizer massacre. Investigators returned their focus to people who knew the Brenizers, the girlfriend of Bruce's stepbrother, Jesse Anderson, that told authorities that she suspected that Bruce and Jesse knew more about the murders than they actually admitted to. Detectives also learned that Bruce had been removing items including collectible coins from the home and had been selling them. He was also giving away a lot of electronic equipment to friends, and the authorities interviewed Jesse Anderson with his father, Ron, that was present. When asked about the Brenizer family, Jesse repeated the same story Bruce had told them. But at that point, Jesse and his father had left the room to confer. When they returned, Jesse's dad said before his son said anything, they wanted to consult a lawyer. On May the 18th, investigators met with Jesse, his attorney, and his father at the Emery Police Department in Emery, Wisconsin, said Smith. Jesse expressed his decision to cooperate with the authorities. According to the investigators, that Jesse had told them that Bruce was disliking his living conditions at home, confided to him on April 21st that he planned to kill his whole family. Jesse didn't believe the threat, but on April 22nd, Bruce called Jesse and said, "I did it. I killed them all." Jesse gave a detailed account of what Bruce had told them about the ambush and the slaughter. He tied up and shot Mindy and Heidi outside the Traveller first. When Rick, Ruth, Crystal had arrived home, he executed them one by one outside the home. Bruce asked Jesse to help him clean up the crime scene and dispose of the bodies. They used shovels to clean up the blood and had pooled from the fatal gunshots. Bruce had drove the bodies to the wooded area while Jesse followed in another vehicle. Bruce had pulled a large bone fragment from the car and stuffed them into a duffel bag. Then the car and bodies were set ablaze in an inferno. The teens buried the bones on Jesse's property. After Jesse's statement, a search warrant was obtained for the Alice and Ron Anderson residence in St. Croix Falls, said Smith. Detectives also searched Bruce's mother's home. They found a journal where the teen recorded his contempt for living with his family and his hatred for his father. Bruce was arrested for the murder of his 5 family members. After he was charged, Jesse was informed that if he assisted officers in the recovering evidence, he would not be taken into custody. The car license plates and bone fragments matching members of the Brenizer family who were recovered. With Jesse's help, the rifle used to kill the Brenizers was recovered from a nearby pond. 2 years after the massacre, Bruce Brenizer appeared in the family court and he had pleaded guilty. And this was to all 5 counts of murder, 3 of them by reason of insanity. Bruce Brenizer is currently serving his consecutive life sentences at the Mendota Mental Health Institute in Madison, which is in Wisconsin. He will be eligible for a parole in January 2023. So that is actually this month. How strange is that? Coming up with this family murder and doing it in January. So yeah, I will be looking back into that to see if you've actually had any parole, and hopefully I can get up to update it on you. But anyway, yeah, that is the case of the murders of the Brenizers family. That was pretty harsh And it takes me back quite a bit, especially when it comes to children that's been involved. Hopefully they do have this justice and justice will be served. Okay then everyone, take care and I see you all next time. Bye bye.